Greetings, everyone. Praise Jesus. I want to talk about maybe some happenings that happen in the church. And you may find maybe many people keep complaining because there are particular things that are happening. Maybe people are saying, oils are being sold, handkerchiefs are being sold. And I'd like us to look at what did Jesus do? How did he deal with this kind of situation? And I read from Mark chapter 11. I'll start with verse 15. And it says, "And they came to Jerusalem, and he went into the temple." This is about Jesus. "He went to the temple, the area, the porches and courts, and began to drive out those who sold and bought in the temple area. And he overturned the four-footed tables of the money changers and the seats of those who dealt in doves." So you can see when Jesus entered and found this trading happening, he was angry and he chased out the sellers. But you have to understand, it's not just the sellers who were chased out, but also the buyers. So we may be going around saying, no, these are fake people, in the church, men and women of God, these are fake people because they are selling oils, they are trading in the church. But that's not the only person who was dealt with. Also, the buyers, for there to be something being sold, there are also people who are being sold to. So even the buyers, Jesus chased them out. And, in verse 16, we'll get to see even much more on the kind of people. Because some people, yes, they found themselves maybe out of ignorance, they were doing certain things because they believed the man of God has said this, and they don't pray for themselves, they don't have any word. And that's why God says, "My people perish because of lack of knowledge." But now there are also other people. According to verse 16, it says, "And he would not permit anyone to carry any household equipment through the temple enclosure, thus making the temple area a shortcut traffic lane." So there are some people who come to church not because they want to learn, not because they love God and they want to even serve in the church, but because they are there to receive something as they go. It's a shortcut. They don't want to be told, start praying, start reading the word for yourself. They just want to hear, okay, where's my money? Where can I get my my latest car? Where is my house? So they're coming with their list, expecting for the man of God or woman of God to pray and tell them, okay, this is prophetic. I can see your car, I receive. And then you go your way. So you don't want to stop. You don't want to go through process. And that is not how you relate with God. Even there's no relationship with God. God says that my house is a house of prayer, not a den of thieves, not a place of shortcuts. So why are people still continuing the same manner? As much as we're blaming the men and women of God, maybe they are not aligned. But what of you who comes to learn from them? You have to also understand that you are expected to have a relationship with God. You are expected to know the word. So you cannot continue saying, I didn't know. Start reading the word for yourself. Because Jesus is not just dealing with the ones, the caregivers. He's also dealing with the sheep. So there's no one to say, I didn't know. There's no one who's going to point fingers at the other, because everyone will be dealt with accordingly. So be blessed with that word.